So I was on an article and I came across, what the hell, there's a squirrel on a roof. Be careful. So I was browsing the World Wide Web, the internets was on there, and I came across an article about natural light shooters. And of course, because I am a natural light shooter, I selected the article. I hovered over it with my little cursor and I clicked it. And it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was an article basically like low-key bashing natural light photographers. And one guy in particular wrote a comment along the lines of, you know, when I see someone shooting a natural light, it's basically telling me, like, I don't know how to use flash and I don't know how to use studio, and I don't know, it was something along those lines. Like, don't quote me, but I'll have the comment somewhere. When I first came across this comment, I was like, damn, why are you so salty for? But then I went back into my memory bank, I opened up the vault, and I looked through my files, and I'm like, yep, there's been a couple of photographers who have called me out or tried to bash me because I'm a natural light photographer, or I don't use flash, I don't do a lot of studio stuff, and yeah. It's not the first time that I've come across this, and I wanted to make this video addressing this because you guys have gone too far, okay? And let me tell you guys why. Photography is art and art is subjective, meaning what you may think is beautiful and amazing, someone else might look at and be like, yeah, that's weird as hell, I hate that. And that's just how life is. There are some photographers who love using flash. Some photographers don't like using flash. At the end of the day, who cares? Who cares? I don't care if Billy Bob over there wants to use 15 flashes outside, even though the sun is out there, and he could probably just do without the sun, and then he could just shoot without all the flashes and then carrying them and putting the battery packs and then setting them up and then them flying away. That's his prerogative. You know that song by Britney Spears, like My Prerogative? There you go. It's Billy, she could have added Billy Bob's name in there because he's a flash photographer and that's his prerogative. You can't go around telling people you should have used flash, you should have used this lens, you should have used, because really there's no rule book or manual in photography that says you have to use one specific lens or lighting or camera body on one specific type of photography. And I think that it's wrong for you to be putting your opinions and imposing your beliefs on other photographers because that's your personal style and that's not indicative of their personal style. And also, just because there are natural light shooters doesn't mean they're not talented and doesn't mean that they don't know how to use flash. I know how to use flash. I just hate it. It sucks. I don't like it. It's too much work, so I don't use it. Just because I use natural light, does that make me a bad photographer? Absolutely not. But there's gonna be photographers out there who, again, they just spend like 80% of their day, you know, just writing mean comments about how I don't know how to use flash and how I suck and I'm a terrible photographer and I'm not a real photographer. Yeah, because only real photographers use flash now? Okay, that makes a lot of, okay. I'll give you a moment right now. I think instead of bashing each other, why don't we just support each other and just let everyone have their own style and let everyone use whatever they want to use. And then when I do use flash, the comments roll in about my settings. Why is your shutter speed at this? Well, it should be 1/4 of the... But like, oh my god, I can't please you guys though. Like, you guys are a tough crowd, okay? I could spend my whole life pleasing you guys and I'd die miserable. Literally, probably would. So stop trying to please other photographers. Stop trying to do what other photographers tell you to do. Do your own thing. Do what you like to do. And as long as you like the picture, who cares if other people don't like it? You know, we get so caught up with almost bossing other photographers around. You should, you know, these settings are not correct. You know, your shutter speed should be equivalent to the f-stop and what? Are you serious? Leave me alone. I never claimed to be a technical photographer and I never will claim to be a technical photographer. I consider myself to be a more artistic photographer, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I said this in my article, I think you should treat it as art and then add the technicalities to it. always like to think there's two types of photographers. The first photographer that is actually doing work and going out and shooting and hustling. And then we have photographer number two that is commenting on and criticizing on what photographer number one is doing. I don't know why you care so much about what I'm using. Well, I'm getting results. I don't know about you. If you want to use 15 ring lights to light one photo, God bless you. I support you 100,000%. Do what's right for you. Everyone has a different opinion on what's a great photograph. And you know, for instance, you know, my style may not appeal to other photographers, which is fine. That's cool, you know, even though it should, because my pictures aren't that bad. Just stop worrying about what other people are doing. Why do we have to always bash each other? Why can't we support each other? Why can't we just agree? Yes, there's flash photography, and then there's natural light photography. I don't know who made you the chief of the photography police, but guess what? There's no squad. So let it be and leave the squad because it doesn't exist, okay? That's what I gotta say. I had a guy tell me like, oh, why are you using the 50 for portraits? That's not the right portrait lens. You should be using a telephoto lens for that. And I'm like, really? Tell me more. Because you just met me and you haven't seen my work. And he's like, yeah, I've been doing this for 20, 30 years. I'm like, that's great. That's fantastic. Thank you. Please, yeah, show me I'm doing everything wrong, please. I felt like I should be writing a letter of apology. I was gonna be like, oh, okay, who do I make this out to? Billy Bob, that's his name? Okay, how do you spell that? With 2 B's? Okay, 3, okay, I got you. Billy Bob, okay, I'm so sorry that I used 50. Who cares what other people think of your work? As long as you're content with your work, that's all that matters. And natural light isn't as easy as it seems. You might think, okay, you go outside and you take a picture. You got shadows, you got shade, you got backlight, you got direct sun. I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff that you have to know, and don't dismiss it as being something easy or an easy way out that photographers take because they don't have any skills or talent. In my opinion, using natural light at its best really does take a lot of skill. Same with flash photographers. Using flash is not easy at all. That's why I don't use it. That's why I don't use it. But that's just not my style of photography, and that's okay with me. I still respect other photographers who use it. You know, that's your thing. As long as you're happy doing that, I'm gonna be happy over here in my little corner. So I don't tell you what to do, so you don't tell me what to do, basically. I just encourage you guys to just start supporting each other, and let's not bring each other down just because of the equipment that we use or the type of light that we use. I think it's silly, I think it's ridiculous, and I think we could be fighting about other more important stuff, like which Pokemon would you choose if you were Ash? Like Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, like, I mean, that's a really important question that no one really talks about. So leave it in the comments. Let me know. We could just fight about that. Let's just fight about why. There you go. I'm giving you guys something to argue about. And I'm sure that's going to make you guys very happy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think.